Emotions are fleeting. In under a minute and a half, the body consumes the chemistry of a feeling, unless we perpetuate it with our own thoughts. Neuroscience, including Harvard's Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, confirms that once emotion-triggered chemicals flow, they dissipate after roughly 90 seconds, unless a mental story keeps them alive. Understanding this is liberating. If you can simply observe feelings as they arise, feeling the tension, noticing the racing pulse, then breathing or counting for 90 seconds, you allow the emotional wave to pass without riding its crest. It's emotional awareness transformed into regulation. 1. The 90-second principle. Every emotion has a built-in expiration. When we engage in internal dialogue, like "I'm so angry," or repeatedly replay events, we re-energize the same emotional chemistry. But if we step back, observe, breathe, count to 90, we interrupt the cycle. This small pause often prevents regretful reactions that occur around the 92-second mark. 2. Reframing thoughts. Disappointment doesn't spring from what happens, but from the gap between expectation and reality. Our brain predicts outcomes. When those fail to materialize, we feel upset. Cognitive reframing doesn't dismiss hardships, it shifts perspective. For instance, skipping a promotion isn't proof of failure, it's feedback. Asking, "How can I get closer next time?" fosters problem-solving over self-defeat. This isn't blind optimism, it's accurate, empowered thinking. 3. Emotional first aid. We prepare for physical injuries. Why not emotional ones? Proactively build a toolkit filled with sensory and behavioral anchors. A short walk, a calming scent, a mantra, or a trusted person to call. These should be prepared during calm periods, not crises. Having this kit helps you intervene before overwhelm takes hold. 4. Breaking out of rumination. Fixating on the same thought loop intensifies distress. Telling yourself to stop doesn't help. Instead, redirect your attention. The 5-3-1 technique is powerful. List 5 things you see, move somewhere else, spend 3 minutes doing an absorbing task, e.g., backward counting by sevens, then take one constructive action. This disrupts thought loops and channels mental energy productively. 5. The spotlight effect. We tend to overestimate how much others focus on our mistakes or flaws. In reality, most people are absorbed in their own concern. Recognizing this can free us from needless self-consciousness. When we realize nobody else is keeping mental score of our missteps, our confidence grows. 6. Third-person self-talk. How you talk to yourself affects your emotional response. Referring to yourself by name or as you creates emotional distance. Research shows this reduces emotional intensity and activates brain regions tied to rational thinking. Instead of, "I can't do this," try, "Alex can handle this." It shifts focus from emotional reaction to supportive, objective guidance, like talking to a friend. 7. Mental contrasting. Picturing a positive future alone can lull us into complacency. Mental contrasting combines optimistic envisioning with realistic obstacle planning. Picture your success, then consider what might block it. Formulate if-then plans. If I'm too tired after work, then I'll do a quick 10-minute workout. This method keeps motivation alive while preparing your mind for setbacks. 8. Building anti-fragility. Some systems, like muscles or the immune system, grow stronger when stressed. The same goes for our minds. Nikolai Taleb calls this anti-fragility. It means embracing manageable stressors to build resilience. Cold showers, fasting, tough conversations. Additionally, build redundancy into your life, multiple strategies and backup plans so you're not vulnerable if one approach fails. 9. The Stockdale Paradox, named after Admiral Jim Stockdale, who survived being a POW. The paradox involves holding two seemingly contradictory stances simultaneously. 1. Unwavering belief that you will prevail in the end. 2. Relentless honesty about your current difficulty. Optimism without realism leads to disappointment. Realism without hope becomes despair. Balancing the two gives psychological resilience during long-term struggles. 10. Building your resilience. Operating system. Resilience is often mistaken for bouncing back after things go wrong. But what if we could build an inner system that prevents us from falling apart in the first place? Resilience can be proactive, not just reactive. It can be trained like a muscle, developed through intentional routines and structured habits. Think of it like installing an operating system for your mind, one that runs quietly in the background, but springs into action when challenges arise. Just like your phone has multiple apps running to manage communication, health, and performance, your mind needs layered mechanisms to manage stress, thoughts, and emotions. Here are 4 essential components of this personal mental OS. 1. Physiological regulation. Your body is the first line of defense against overwhelm. Breathwork techniques like the 4-7-8 method, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, help activate the parasympathetic nervous system, calming your body in real time. Prioritizing sleep, hydration, and physical movement ensures that your brain has the fuel and balance it needs to handle emotional weight. 2. Cognitive tools. The way you talk to yourself matters. Tools like third-person self-talk, "You can handle this, James," and mental reframing, "This challenge will teach me something I need to learn," shift you from survival mode reactions to strategic thinking. They're small cognitive pivots that gradually rewire your internal responses. 3. Behavioral anchors. These are simple, repeatable actions that ground you during stress. Examples: the 90-second pause before reacting, taking a brisk walk when emotions rise, journaling for 3 minutes to organize thoughts, or naming emotions aloud to disarm them. When practiced regularly, these actions become automatic, reducing emotional reactivity and increasing control. 4. Social architecture. Humans are wired for connection. Your resilience depends not just on inner strength, but also on outer support. Cultivate a resilient circle, 3 to 5 people you trust and can turn to in hard times. These are not casual acquaintances. They are emotional allies. Checking in with them regularly, even during calm periods, keeps the connection alive and ready. Over time, these 4 elements form a durable mental infrastructure. Just like your body can walk without thinking, your mind will learn to stabilize without spiraling, because the system is already in place. Why? This will find you when you need it most. Once these tools become habitual, you no longer need to consciously remember them in a crisis. You don't reach for a breathing exercise. Your body just begins to breathe slower. You don't have to stop and think, "What would a calm person do?" Because you are that calm person now. This is what it means when we say, "This will find you when you need it most." In your hardest moments, these practices will rise to the surface. Unforced, automatic, reliable. Like emotional reflexes, they appear exactly when you need them. You may not even realize they're working, but they'll be there, steadying your mind, softening your stress, guiding you through. And it all starts with small daily choices. Try this. Pick one of the 4 components above. Maybe start with behavioral anchors. Choose just one action you can repeat daily. A deep breath before replying to a tough message, a 3-minute journal at night, or a daily walk to mentally reset. After a week, add another layer. Build gradually. Over time, you'll construct a personal system that makes resilience second nature. One day, when difficulty arrives, you'll notice how calm you feel. And that's when you'll know you didn't just survive the storm. You became the kind of person who already knew how to weather it.